Now, Action 7 News live at 10. Coverage you can count on.
Terror in Boston after 2 bombs exploded at the famous Boston Marathon, killing 3 and injuring dozens, many of them seriously. A federal, state, and local investigation is underway in Boston after those back-to-back bombings. And today's events have cities around the country on high alert.
Tonight, we have team coverage on this story from Boston, as well as the New Mexicans affected. We begin with ABC's Marcy Gonzalez.
The first explosion went off near...
That is really required of everyone.
And the chairman of the House Homeland Security Committee says a person of interest is being questioned tonight here in Boston. That person is not considered a suspect at this point, and the FBI has now taken over the investigation. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Boston.
And 80 runners from New Mexico took part in today's marathon. 2 of them, a mother-daughter team from Albuquerque, were very close to the explosion.
Action 7 News reporter Laura Terrain spoke to them. She joins us with more.
The daughter, Abby Mars, tells me she had just finished and was recovering in a restaurant a block away when the blast went off at the finish line. She said the thought that went through her mind was that her mother was supposed to be completing the race at just that moment. It turns out she was right. Minutes after Abby Mars completed. And this was Abby's second marathon. She said even after this horrible incident, she will definitely compete in it again.
Absolutely unbelievable. And you actually had a family member who was near the explosion today.
That's right. My cousin Alexa, she was watching from the finish line for most of the day, and she said she was there with families and children, and then she just returned to her office, thankfully, when the explosion went off. And her office was evacuated, the John Hancock Tower. She said she had to run down 43 flights of stairs, but thankfully she's okay. It was a very close call.
Incredible hearing stories like that all day today. All right, thanks, Laura. Well, we spoke to another New Mexico runner in Boston today. Ken Gordon was just 1 block away when the explosion rocked the finish line. He talked to Action 7 News anchor Tanya Mendez about the frightening moments. She continues our team coverage.
This is Ken Gordon, Mendez, KOAT, Action 7 News.
We were with the president of the Albuquerque Roadrunners Association when she got word that all of the runners in her club were okay.
A lot better now.
Okay. Martha Porter spent hours waiting for phone calls. 19 of the runners from her club were racing in that marathon, but she actually had no idea what had happened until we told her.
I have the KOAT app, and so I got it I got the alert.
The group of Albuquerque Roadrunners sent to Boston this year was one of the largest ever. We spoke to another runner who had a close call. Stephanie Latimer was planning on going to Boston to compete in the marathon with the Duke City runners, but got hurt and decided not to go. Once Latimer heard what had happened, she quickly got in touch with her friends.
But they didn't know what was going on. They said they were in lockdown in a hotel, in lockdown in a restaurant, and they didn't know what was going on, and they couldn't believe it.
Fortunately, Latimer says everyone in her running group was all right. Despite what happened, she still plans on doing the Boston Marathon next year.
Tonight, President Obama is promising to find those responsible for the attack. While he stopped short of calling it a terrorist attack, White House officials are treating it this way. In Washington, D.C., Secret Service blocked off Pennsylvania Avenue outside the White House, heightening security, while the FAA enforced a no-fly zone around the scene in Boston. Police in major cities around the world like Los Angeles, New York, and London are stepping up security following the tragedy. The LA County Sheriff's Office has opened up an emergency ops center and increased patrols for transit and other critical areas, while British police are reviewing security plans for Sunday's London Marathon, the next major international race. In Albuquerque, city officials say they're always vigilant, and especially now following the Boston Marathon bombings. Action 7 News reporter Ana Velasquez has more.
2:50.
14 minutes after the...
As well as one for the zoo coming up.
Now, APD isn't the only department asked to be on higher alert. Today, the TSA asked the rail runner to inspect its tracks, look in the cars, and report anything suspicious. Reporting live tonight, I'm Ana Velasquez, KOAT Action 7 News.
The Sun Report says police have also been put on high alert. And stay with Action 7 News for your complete coverage of the tragedy. Still ahead, how lawmakers are responding to the attack. And you can find much more at KOAT.com, including updates from our Hearst station in Boston. A former veterinarian accused of hoarding dozens of dogs in disgusting conditions has been ordered to pay thousands of dollars if she wants to keep the animals.
New at 10, Action 7 News reporter Alana Grimstad was at today's hearing and explains what comes next.
Deborah Clopton, accused of animal. Santa Fe, Alana Grimstad, KOAT Action 7 News.
Clopton showed up to the hearing 40 minutes late. Her attorney says she hasn't yet decided what to do about the dogs. If she pays and then wins her criminal case, the county would then have to pay her back.
Former State Representative Janice Arnold Jones is Albuquerque's newest city councilor. She was sworn in today at City Hall. Arnold Jones is filling the District 7 vacancy after Michael Cook resigned following his DWI arrest. Mayor Barry said he appointed Arnold Jones because of her experience at the Roundhouse. Arnold Jones served 8 years as a lawmaker. Last year, she ran unsuccessfully for Congress.
Fast food for sex. One New Mexico man is accused of making that transaction.
Details on those shocking claims that sent one man to jail.
Plus, homeowners ticked off about some cows that won't leave their neighborhood, what they've decided to do to take care of the problem.
Winds are finally starting to settle down out there, but they're going to fire right back up tomorrow and probably be even stronger than today. I'll be back to talk about extreme fire danger around the state for a Tuesday. That's coming up in your First Alert forecast.
You're watching Action 7 News live at 10. Coverage you can count on.
Fast food for fast sex. That's what one man was hoping for when police say he paid a prostitute with McDonald's.
Action 7 News reporter Laura Train has details.
They're a common sight in this Albuquerque, Laura Terrain, KOAT Action 7 News.
According to the criminal complaint, Jones was not charged with soliciting a prostitute, but possession of dangerous drugs that police found in his car.
It's an ongoing problem in one Rio Rancho neighborhood. Cows roaming into yards and streets, leaving behind piles of manure and damage. Action 7 News reporter Ana Velasquez shows us what homeowners trying to do to fix it.
Cow manure on front in Rio Rancho. Ana Velasquez, KOAT Action 7 News.
We did reach out to Bill King, the owner of the King Ranch, for comment. We haven't heard back as of news time. Governor Martinez appears to be warming up to New Mexico's television and film industry.
Today she toured the set of Longmire, an A&E series shot here in New Mexico starring Lou Diamond Phillips. The governor even visited a jail cell on the set and chatted with the cast and crew. Martinez says she's been critical of film incentives in the past because she didn't want it taking away from education. Now the governor seems to be supportive and said she liked touring the set.
I thought it was really exciting. You know, growing up, the most I ever got to see as far as a movie set was in Universal Studios, and it's really amazing to have it right here in our very own backyard.
Longmire's producer says New Mexico's tax incentives as well as the landscape are major reasons why they shoot here.
Another blustery day in New Mexico makes for some dangerous fire conditions. A KOAT viewer sent us this photo of a fire burning on the Sandia Pueblo across from the railroad tracks in Bernalillo. We're told that fire crews put out the blaze quickly and are now cleaning up. No word on what caused it.
And of course, wind doesn't help that situation. It was very windy today.
No, and you know, when it's very windy and warm and dry like this, when a fire does get started, it can spread very, very rapidly. And when we talk about these extremely dangerous fire weather conditions, that's what we mean. I'll tell you what, it's April, our windiest month here in New Mexico. Saturday and Sunday, we do expect afternoon breezes. I don't really think they're going to be too strong, so by April standards, a decent weekend awaits.
Okay, good.
Alrighty.
If you're looking to make your big screen debut, we've got the opportunity for you alongside some big stars.
Plus, week 5 of Dancing with the Stars was extra challenging as the celebrity dancers competed. Pros will tell you who could go home next. Things took a somber turn tonight on Dancing with the Stars as the cast recognized today's tragedy at the Boston Marathon.
However, the show did go on with a special side-by-side challenge. Head judge Len Goodman pitted the celebrity dancers against some of the show's most popular dancing pros like Tristan McManus and Anna Trebunskaya, as well as Maxim, who is not on the show this season. Zendaya and Val Chomrovsky earned the top score tonight with a 29, while Andy Dick and DL Hughley tied for last place with 18 points. If you're looking for some extra work, you could try to become an extra on the new Seth MacFarlane movie filming in the Land of Enchantment. It is called A Million Ways to Die in the West, and a casting director is looking for a blonde woman who's 5'4", a blonde man who is 6'1", and a brunette male from 5'10" to 5'11". If you match those characteristics, send an email to egable@msn.com. The film also stars Charlize Theron, Liam Neeson, and Amanda Seyfried.
It's a story that has everyone horrified, the Boston Marathon explosions.
And up next, we continue our coverage with a report from our exclusive Washington bureau about how the feds are responding.
Plus, outrage over proposal to put a new probation and parole office just a few feet away from a child care center.